And as I mentioned earlier, this recording will be shared on the Seaside Rotary YouTube channel, so any Rotary members who missed today's meeting will be able to enjoy today's presentation. And now I'd like to ask us all to give a warm Rotary welcome to Mr. Juan Sanchez of Palenke Arts. Juan, you have the floor.
Well, thank you so much. Well, it's great to be back. Seaside Rotary, I think last time we were in person on the Boys and Girls Club, it was like probably 3+ years ago, something like that, right? I mean, we've gone through a lot, right? But the pandemic is, kind of did us in for a minute, but we're back, and really excited to share with you some of the news about Palenke Arts since last time we talked. I feel like we are in a really exciting time in our organization's history. We have been very busy and came out of the pandemic pretty much at the same level of engagement that we did before. During the pandemic, we did all virtual instruction, and it was really really difficult, not just instruction, but also events and concerts that we did virtually. So for those of you who are, I know that most of you are familiar, and Dave and Mayor, you've heard me do my presentations in different ways, and you attend our events. But for the sake of those who don't, have not had that possibility of seeing me present, I would like to share with you my screen to give you a little bit of feedback, a little bit of a story, background story about Palenke. And I know Joy just heard me the other day at the other Rotary meeting, so I'm sorry if I am a little repetitious. And I'm outside. There's a little bit of noise. Sorry.
Hey, no worries, Juan. Perfect. Thank you.
Let me unmute myself. It's just that there was a big plane going through. I apologize for that. I'm gonna try this again.
It's all good. I can hear it too over the Boys and Girls Club.
Oh, you can hear us. So anyways, this is a little presentation I put together for City Council about some of the work that we do, who we serve, etc., in our story. Let's see. So first, our story. We're a grassroots organization that started literally from nothing, from zero. We kind of asked ourselves as a group of artists and educators and community activists, is there a need for a multicultural arts center here in the city of Seaside? And we were asking those questions to lots of folks, including 155 Seaside High School students who we surveyed, and to a T, they all said, yeah, we need something in this town. We do have the Boys and Girls Club, which is an awesome facility, and the Oldenmeyer Center, who used to be the youth center, but now it's a senior center. But in terms of multicultural arts, a place where youth can be after hours, after school, we don't have that in Seaside. And so we have been providing high quality multidisciplinary arts, music, and dance classes and events for the community. Our mission is to educate, inspire, and transform the community through the arts. And our vision is to create a multicultural arts center that is vibrant, that is inclusive, a place where everybody can be seen, valued, and welcomed through the healing power of the arts. And what is it that we do? We do a lot of different things. We're pretty ambitious. There are a lot of arts organizations out there doing different types of arts. We have both an educational piece that we do. We have, of course, our community events and concerts. And we also have family art programs and healing arts workshops. We are right now offering 13 different art disciplines. We have students in piano, private piano, one-on-one, violin, trumpet, clarinet, And we are also offering guitar classes, jazz, hip hop dance, ballet folklorico, and we also present world music concerts, etc. Right? So we try to do a lot because um, in our perspective, when the community connects at all different ages and levels, and we try to be inclusive of everyone, I think there's a lot more power to affecting the youth, etc. We really want to reflect the wonderful diversity of our town. And who we serve is over 180 unduplicated clients. What does that mean? It's like that this year, actually, I think as of last count, we have served 200, mostly youth, ages 7 to 12. A lot of working families, immigrant families from Oaxaca, in Mexico, and in El Salvador, and smaller groups from other ethnicities. And we have also some grown-ups that participate in our programs. As a matter of fact, we just started a brand new program. It's a book club for in Spanish that is being probably one of the most touching class. It's not really a class, it's just a book club where the parents are like the leaders, and it has been incredibly fulfilling. These are some of the indicators of our impact in our student surveys, in our parent surveys rather. Families feel welcome, rate our teachers as excellent or very good. The rest of the answers is very good and excellent. And students improve their self-esteem and rate our classes and events as excellent. So we feel like we're on track with the quality of the work that we do. So we are actually in a stage in our development where we're looking at really expanding our capacity and expanding how we do things, our staffing, etc. So we're going to need new equipment. We want to create expanded programs, especially for teens, and hire folks that can implement those new programs and secure an additional site. And that's kind of like a really important aspect. We have a short-term goal and a long-term goal, and I'll share with you in a little PDF that I put together, kind of what that it looks like on our end. Okay. So thank you so much. I do have quite a bit more in our website. I'm going to be kind of taking you. I hope that you don't get too bogged down by this, but on our website you can see a ton of resources. For example, we have an event this Saturday, Noche Cubana, Jesus Diaz in su QBA in concert. And we're going to do it in partnership with CSUMB, the World Theater. And Jesus Diaz is a wonderful musician from Havana, and he has a 9-piece band. Is going to be accompanied by Kevin Ricard, who's performed with folks like Stevie Wonder, like Celia Cruz, Wayne Shorter, and he's been part of the band of the American Idol, Tonight Show with Jay Leno. Anyways, there's some information. So I really would like you to go to the website. If you go on the classes link, for example, you can see all the different classes we offer and the schedules. We're basically open 5 days a week from around 12:45 for some classes that we do during the day, sometimes all the way to 7:30. Like for example, on Mondays, we go all the way to 7:30 p.m. But we're there 5 days a week. And in this weekend, we will be busy with our own event, and of course the Rotary event that we'll be attending also on Sunday, that Joy was mentioning. When you go to the upcoming events, these are only 3 of them. Noche Cubana is happening April 30th. May 7th, we're going to do an Asian reflection on art and nature with Chopsticks Alley Art. It's a Vietnamese serving organization from San Jose. They're going to come in. We're going to do a meditation in nature, and also with an art activity featuring Smita Garg and Trami Kron. And then, of course, our biggest event of the year is the 6th annual Palenque Arts Festival. And that's a 4-hour free festival at Laguna Grande Park. This year, we're going to feature Aztec dancers. We're going to have a cumbia group from Salinas, but we're also going to have all our ensembles perform. And we actually, for this event, we're still taking sponsors, and I will drop this link if any of you has a reference to somebody who might want to participate. Like for a nonprofit rate is $100, but we've waived it also. If people just want to come, we just like to have a lot of people come out. Last year we had about 500 people, and this year we anticipated about similar numbers. It's not a huge, but it's a really heartwarming event, and both Dave and the mayor have graced us with their presence before. I have a lot more to share with you. Actually, let me give you one more thing that I just to entice your imagination. When we're thinking about creating a forever home for Palenque Arts, which is something that we're already also contemplating and talking to the city about, and the district and stakeholders in the community, we want to imagine what would it be like to create a fully staffed and state-of-the-art multicultural art center for our city. And we actually have started a consulting agreement with an organization called Community Visions, and they're providing us with free consulting courtesy of Packard Foundation, and we are gathering a group of folks who want to be part of this visioning process. And we're just right now putting all the pieces of the puzzle together. We've had a lot of different conversations, but we have folks from the district that want to be part of it. We have board members, and so if either you or somebody that from the business community, what we want to do is create focus groups to actually start working on the design aspects of what this could forever home for Palenque Arts could be like. It's very ambitious. I want to share with you something that I just encountered through this consulting firm. They sent me some references, places to visit, and I visited these places last Tuesday. This is called the EPA Center, EPA Center it stands for East Palo Alto, and they just had the grand opening. And I want to share with you what their facility looks like, just to give you an idea. I'll share with you that this facility was designed with the assistance of local youth. They had all these focus groups, all these young people were at the table designing, saying what is it that they would want to have in their art center. It, as you can see, has studios, it has dance studios, it has a reception area, it has a theater, a recording studio. The facility is spectacular. The cost is also pretty high. I think I just read that it was $50 million, but it was secured in a lot of different ways. There was actually a private funder who picked up a large part of the fee. And it was done in a very conscientious way with outdoor spaces, places that really really bring a lot of inspiration to folks who come into the space. It's not necessarily what we would want to have here in Seaside, if that's not what we want, but it is a starting point just to entice your imagination. We are wanting to dream big, just like the Boys and Girls Club was started in such a conscientious way, in such a really wonderful visionary way, to imagine what would it be like to have a Boys and Girls Club. And we couldn't imagine Seaside without the Boys and Girls Club, could we? So many lives are impacted. I just hope that we have really the determination and the vision to create a similar worthy facility and staff it, and with the type of programs that our youth deserve, but that can also be enjoyed by the rest of the community. We want to be inclusive. We want to be inspiring. And I know that Joy, I actually would like to hear from you about how it intersects with some of the work that you're already starting, right? Because both folks from the council have expressed their support. The district for years have talked about it, and sometimes there's a time for talking and time for action. And I'm hoping that you get inspired by our vision. Right now, I can invite perhaps the mayor to talk about that, the facility where we are. You know, we're very thankful to have been in the Martin Luther King School of the Arts campus in the girls' locker room, and I think we've made magic there, and I can show you videos of that, but I don't want to bore you with a long presentation. You'd be very patient. But I do want to, you know, sometimes when people come and give us these wonderful compliments, and I'll share with you that we just received an award myself, but I'll receive it on behalf of Palenke Arts as Champion of the Arts, Arts Council of Monterey County. We received the Nonprofit of the Year award in 2019 from the Nonprofit Alliance, and Mayor and Pen Award from CSUMB as in collaboration with CSUMB Service Learning Institute. We take those accolades as a springboard, not as like a landing point. A lot of people might think, you know, oh wow, you did so great in that little locker room, stay there. And and we hope that we can dream bigger, and that a lot more folks such as yourselves can continue supporting the work. So thank you so much.
Well, Juan, thank you. That really incredible. Thank you so much for sharing the work that has been done so far and your vision for the future. You know, I personally have always believed that the arts are a very important thing, a very healing thing, and I think it's important for any community to be able to see, any families and youth and anyone in any community to be able to see the arts represented in their community, that's reflective of their culture, that's reflective of where they come from, who they are, and what they represent. And I think what you're doing with Palenke Arts is exactly that. It's a very healing thing, and it's very much a part of Seaside's DNA. I think it will be part of Seaside's DNA for years and years to come. So once again, thank you for everything that you're doing so far. I'd like to open up the meeting to any questions we might have from any of our attendees here. One question I had, Juan, you mentioned this coming Saturday, there's an event, a concert happening at CSUMB. Very cool to see that there's a partnership with CSUMB. Would you mind telling us about some of the other partnerships you've had with local organizations, educational centers, that sort of thing?
Of course. Yeah. So an organization as small as ours would not exist without partnerships, right? And CSUMB from the beginning has been instrumental. So it has been our partnership with, of course, with the district, of course, with the city. We do not have the facilities to have present 500 folks, right? So without the Laguna Grande Park and you know, and the fee waivers from the city and the support and now budgetary support, the CBDG money, we wouldn't be able to do any of that. In addition to that, we are now building partnerships with a lot of different folks from different areas of interest. You know, for example, Chopsticks Aliard, which is an Asian serving organization, the Tezanami Foundation, which works on African culture. We have also done collaborations with folks such as the Epicenter that serves a lot of LGBTQ youth. We are, like I said, we're not in this alone. Palenke means a palisade, a collection of palos or sticks that work together. And we have sponsors like right now, the Arts Council for this upcoming festival. We have sponsorships from MST, from the Arts Council, like I said. Sustainable Seaside, for example, is going to present us this Friday as part of the Earth Day celebrations. We're at the table with a lot of folks, and we pride ourselves and really weaving ourselves in the fabric of this community. And hopefully, you know, and I always have to apologize because there's only one of me, and to acknowledge everyone, it's really, really difficult. I know that I should probably send more thank you letters, more, you know, check-ins with folks. So I'm hoping that as we expand our work and our capacity, we can be a little bit more gracious about those partnerships, and because they're there.
Well, Juan, I firmly believe that will happen. And I mean, from what you described, Palenke Arts started as a grassroots project, as an organization. And I think that you showing your commitment and you being committed to this for the long game, the support will come. You know, there will be more people involved with your organization. They'll be able to handle those day-to-day operations. I mean, here at the Boys and Girls Clubs, you know, I get it. We get donations. We've got to make sure that machine is happening, that we get those letters sent out, and that's part of what I'm supporting with this week. But I firmly believe that Palenke Arts will get there.
Thank you.
All right. Well, one question I did have, Juan, do you mind telling us a little bit about yourself personally? Maybe your education, your personal, what inspired you to make music? I know that could be a whole presentation in and of itself, but
yeah. So I'll be happy to give you the short version. I'm originally from Malaga, Spain, the birthplace of Pablo Picasso, and I come from a family of artists and musicians. But I graduated from my university in Madrid and a degree in English philology, which is literature and linguistics. I eventually made my way to Florida for a non-degree program and UCLA, where I got my master's in applied linguistics. I was also a professor, Spanish professor over there. I landed in the Monterey Peninsula through my wife, who I met at UCLA, and she attended the Monterey Institute of International Studies at the time. Now it's Middlebury Institute, and I became an elementary school teacher. I was an elementary school teacher for 7 years, a bilingual teacher in Echo Valley, in Prunedale, and I started a performing career. I started presenting for children, eventually for grown-ups, became a recording artist, and I toured throughout the United States and Canada. And in that path, I also kind of like felt like it was time to do a shift, as opportunity opened up. I became a professor at CSUMB in the Service Learning Institute, where I taught for 21 years, and I just retired from there to run Palenke Arts full time. Yeah, I mean, for me, my biggest passions are the youth, arts, community. I'm a person of faith myself, but and I think that all kind of is pulled together in one thing. I feel like I'm committed to creating community through the arts. This is what I'm committed to doing in my life. There's a lot of different ways of I've done theater just like you, and we've shared the stage, right, Jesse? One time.
That's right. I was trying to remember. It was we were doing a vaudeville themed show.
Vaudeville and with Jim Doltz. Yeah.
Yeah, at the Golden State Theater.
Yes.
That's right. Oh my gosh.
So,
I still feel very honored that we got the chance to actually perform.
We had a good time, didn't we? So anyways, that's the shortened version. I won't bore you too much with my personal things. I don't know if anybody else has any questions or.
Well, Juan, we're very fortunate that hearing your life story and just what path that took you on. Monterey County and Seaside is very fortunate that you landed here, and very fortunate that you ingratiated yourself into our community and really emboldening our own community. And here's the event. Let me go ahead and actually copy this.
Yeah, so that's that, and also if for whatever reason you know of an organization that wants to sponsor, for example, our little festival, that's a sponsorship package. Let's see if you can open that one. I don't know if you can or not, but anyways, thank you so much for making the time for me to be here. I really appreciate it, and I want to put out particularly a big shout out to both the district and the city for really making a big stand. And personally, I'm very indebted to both Dave and Mayor Oglesby for being such supporters of the work that we do. Dr. Lusk, of course, is here on behalf of MPUSD. For many years, we've had this space that has allowed us to dream big. So thank you.
Well, Juan, thank you so much for joining us today. And once again, I know I mentioned it earlier, but I really do believe that the arts are an important part of any community, and really proud to see that an individual like yourself has been able to rally so much support to create a space where that can be celebrated. So thank you for everything you're doing for Seaside.
Thank you. Enjoy. We'll see you. I will see you on Sunday. Yes.
Sounds good. I'll see if I can make it, but I'd love to see you there.
Spread the word.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop the screen recording now.